We are not a commercial press, we're an academic press, and so we're not obliged to turn a profit. We're actually a not-for-profit organisation. Occasionally on books which are a particularly expensive project, there might be a sponsor. Sometimes we get sponsorship from some institutions for a particular book. We have some modest sponsorship from a group called the St. Mark Foundation. It's a Coptic organisation which has helped support the publication of that book. And in exchange for their support, their name also goes on the book. It says on the title page of that book, St. Mark Foundation edition. Most of the books, 99% of the books we publish, we don't have any kind of grant or support. We don't even know, we don't take any notice of what US government policy might or might not be in relation to Egypt. We operate completely independently of any government. There's progress, and certainly the quality of production of books has improved vastly over the last 10, 15, 20 years, both for ourselves, the AC Press. If you look at a book that we published, say 15 years ago compared to one we publish today, the quality of production is far higher. And I think that's also true for a lot of Egyptian publishers as well. I mean, a lot of other people publishing in Arabic. There are many more independent, small publishing houses starting off in the last few years. I think there are quite a few new ones even since the revolution. 10 years may be too far to look ahead. Let's talk about next, say 5 years. But basically, we're already in the next 5-year plan, which is developing the publication of electronic books. Yeah. Sometimes as original books, sometimes where a book is only in e-book form, other times when it's parallel publishing both in electronic and paper form. Yeah. We're moving towards that with most of our new books we're publishing in paper and in electronic form. We're also going back over our existing books, even some that go back 5, 10 years or more ago that we published a long time ago, which we will make available in electronic form as e-books to be read on Kindles and other devices. I don't yet see any direct difference in our situation, in whatever sense, after the 30th of June from before the 30th of June. We have not come across those red lines because we haven't come to a point where we're trying to cross them. Yeah. We haven't tested them, in other words. Yeah. We haven't tried to do something which we think, this book is full of sex and religion and politics, let's publish it and see what happens. Yeah. It hasn't happened because we don't feel the need to do that. At the same time, as I said, we're not deliberately standing back from that. We're not in any sense sort of afraid, what can we publish, what can't we publish? It's just that we haven't reached that point, we haven't come to it. Other people have tested the red lines in various ways, and sometimes they've found that those red lines are still there. I hope for stability. Yeah. And I think you have to have elections to reach stability, but the elections themselves are not a guarantee of stability. Yeah. They're a necessary step, but they're not a guarantee. Now, hopefully, once you get past that necessary step, it will lead to stability. Yeah. But I have to stress that's my hope, it's not a prediction. Yeah. I try and think of this issue from Mr. Sisi's point of view. If I were Mr. Sisi, I would think, okay, I'm very popular now because I helped the nation escape this horrible nightmare of the Ikhwan, and I'm a genuine hero to the Egyptian people, or most of them except to the Ikhwan, of course. And if I become president now, the problems facing this country are so difficult, so almost insurmountable, that I could quickly lose popularity if I fail to solve those problems in the time that the Egyptian people expect. Yeah. So I could lose all my popularity in a very short time, and I could become as hated as anybody else was before me. So if I were Mr. Sisi, I personally would not want to be president, because I think, let me just carry on being head of the army, I'm good at that. Let me be Minister of Defence, that's fine, I'm good at that. Let me keep my popularity as the national hero. People can put my picture up in the shops and wherever and whatever, that's great. But let's not be president, because I could lose all that. So I think he's in a very difficult situation. I think for him personally it must be an extremely difficult decision. If you'd had a parliament in place at that point, the parliament could have been used to put a control on the president.
Yeah.
But you had no parliament, so you didn't have the democratic tools to get rid of the president, and that's why you went out on the streets. And that's what people outside this country don't understand. And it's what I keep telling people in England and America, that it was a democratic choice of the Egyptian people to get rid of that government because they hated it so much. But the only tools they had at their disposal were mass demonstrations, and then they still couldn't get the guy to budge, so the army had to help them and just push him out.
Yeah.
Now,